if we feel like we can change somebody, baby, you can't change nobody who don't want to change.
Oh, you're wasting your time.
Because it is not your job to hug them, cuddle them until they can get back to the man or the woman that you want them to be, or that they're telling you that they want to be. Let them do that on their own time. If they can't do that and be respectful to you, leave them where they at.
Not allowing someone to come into your space, into your world, your life, and tell you how they gonna treat you.
I'm ready.
And we back. 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 Yeah. We back, y'all. With a whole nother season. Yay. Season 4. Look at that. We made it. We made it.
I
know. This is literally going to be, I know sometimes I'll be saying stuff and I don't be right, but this one for sure is season 4, episode 1. For real this time.
She is.
And
for real.
Oh, wait. It's your girl, Big Desto. Not the little one.
She gonna end season 3 and start season 4 the same way. It's okay though. We here for all the shenanigans. And it's your girl, Be More, Nevertheless.
And be a host. You're done podcast.
With your favorite podcast. Meow, 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 meow.
It's crazy to say we started this January 23rd, 2025. That's when the first episode came out. Anyway, we started this in 2024. But now we're 4 seasons in. So that means 30 weeks of the You're Done podcast. 30 weeks? That's almost a year. That's like 20 weeks away from a year. We're halfway through. Wow.
Girl.
That's crazy.
I'm having 2 babies. I'm halfway done cooking this one.
Oh, I was going to say, wait, you having 2 babies? Hold up.
No. The devil is a lie. And the truth ain't, no. But this baby in the podcast is my baby.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I only got 1 baby. The podcast. But we are back and excited to be back. We're going to start this one off we ended y'all off with God in season 3. God is still here in season 4. But Amen. We're going to give y'all a little lighter topic. This is for all my girls out there that's still working in that delusion that we talked about in season 3. The delusion ain't even working. Real delusion, though. Right. Your delusion ain't even working no more, and it's time to let it go and see it for what it is. Girl, block him. Again. Again. I feel so like we all know that the podcast is about growing and evolving, becoming your best version of yourself, all of the great things. Baby, I was once that girl. But so the thing is, I was once the girl that needed to be blocking people. But once I started blocking, it was my favorite thing to do. I was blocked. Not in the mood. Hang up on you. It's still people blocked. I don't even think about them. They just sitting on the block list, taking up space. But you got to get to a point where it's like, okay, so what do you think it takes to get to a point where you're like, it's not even that not talking to you is just not enough. I have to block you to make sure your name don't come across this phone.
I feel like one person I did block. I have blocked one person. Okay. And then another person, I didn't have to block them. I told them, don't you ever call this phone again. And they didn't call my phone again.
Listen.
They respect. Now, I think if they would have called my phone again, then they would have got blocked. But I think I made myself perfectly clear. so we didn't have to take no extra steps. But I
Right.
think when you're realizing like your boundaries and what you want to put up with, what you ain't gonna put up with, and you realize that what's the word, kryptonite, like this person, they come through in them sweet moments, or they come through in them times where you be like, dang, we kind of did have a good time,
Yeah.
and then you feel like I'm gonna go ahead and answer the call. Okay, that needs to be a block moment. Don't be a
Oh, fact.
Drake.
Please don't
Yeah,
answer.
don't. Yeah, no, 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 no. Just go ahead and
Mm-mm.
block. So whether they call, text, whatever, you ain't even gotta like tempt your own self to see how strong you are. You
Right.
strong by leaving them on block.
That part.
That part.
Because I feel like, what'd you say?
I had said that part the same time you said it.
Oh, because I feel like when you get to a point of needing to block somebody, like you said, it comes with those boundaries that, so at that point you have grown in some type of way where you feel like whatever it is that person is doing or not doing, it's getting in the way of who you're trying to become. You're trying to be better. You're trying to evolve. You're trying to move past certain situations and phases in your life, and that person just
Mhm.
can't come with you. So at some point, you have to block them, or they are just so disrespectful that even having a grown up conversation with them ain't getting you nowhere either. And I'm gonna block you on that one too, because once I get to yelling and doing this, we got nothing else to talk about because now I'm getting out of character. And I just feel like it's so many people that have okay, it's not so many people, but it's a few people that I have blocked, and it's literally off the strength of disrespect, really. And you
Yeah.
feeling as though you can sit here and play in my face. Granted, at one point in life, maybe you could have. But like I said, we have grown and evolved.
Girl.
We're not doing that anymore. I have grown. And you're still down
Yes.
here. I don't
That
like
part.
that. I don't like nothing about that. So it's just at what point I got to, no, not at one point. I got to a point, I'm going to speak from personal experiences. I got to a point where it felt like if this isn't, I got tired of my own BS. At that point, it had nothing to do with that person. It was me. I'm allowing these things to happen. You're allowing this person
Yeah.
to treat you like crap. You're allowing this person to come in when they feel like it. You're allowing this person to continuously show you who they are over and over and over at your expense of your happiness. Oh no. Think about it. We're not doing that. You gotta go, block.
No, for real.
Block them.
Cause some people keep some people. I think a lot of people sometimes assume like, oh, this is the way that they are. But you also have to take into account that some people keep playing with you because you allow them to play with you. That, we like to come off like strong, independent women. Got my stuff. I can have another one by tomorrow. And baby, you was over there crying, and he know that you over there crying, and he know that you answer that phone, and he know that you love strawberry shortcake, and he in cheesecake factory, and he just wondering if you want to go,
And that's
and
what
you
they
think.
gonna do. And that don't that remind you that remind me of somebody. His name is Lucifer. Okay, the enemy. He's going to use those things that he know, like your weak spot. He's gonna catch you slipping in the worst time that you can even think. It could be something so small, like, oh yeah, I just wanted to go get something to eat. And that's another thing. People be out here entertaining people for, baby. You get food stamps or something. You do not need to be out here entertaining people just for a free meal. I'm sorry. Block him too, because no. If all he brings to the table is a meal, no. Granted, at the table you eat meals. That's not what I mean. You get what I'm saying. I
Yes,
just feel like
yes.
some people do that. Like it's not even that that person is like doing them wrong. Some people use people for real, just for their benefit. You need to be blocked. They need to block you if you're doing
Give me
that
your phone.
to them, right? Because, but I do feel like when they use those little tactics, and you look at it as something so small. Oh, I'm just gonna go eat with him, and I'm not gonna talk to him after that. You're a liar.
Girl,
Because
please.
did you go home after that, or did he come home with you after that?
Right. I'm understanding how you had a whole jumpsuit on, all attached, and it just magically fell off with the
Right.
buttons.
Exactly. You needed help to get that one off. You knew what you were
Right?
doing. I just
Yeah.
felt
Stop
you
it.
just gotta be strong, and like you have to create those boundaries for yourself, and you have to you people are only going to treat you the way you allow them, like you said. So at what point do you stand up for yourself and be like, this isn't feeding me in the way that I need to anymore? It's stunting my growth. I'm not getting anything out of it. You're not adding no value to my life. You don't even
Yes.
gotta always block them, but you know at what point you need to stop allowing somebody in your life, because it don't have to be that y'all ended off on bad terms either. It could have just been, this is not working. We are not the same. We are going different directions, and you keep pulling me trying
Yeah.
to go this way, and I'm trying to go that way. Do you? And I'm gonna do
That
me.
part.
So yeah,
And the biggest thing too is don't let the sob stories come in. And I'm not and this does not, sometimes this don't work for everybody. Some men and women, they grow and then they realize, dang, I messed up. And then they gonna do their best to try to get on the right foot for you. So kudos to those of where those situations do work out in your favor or for both
right,
of y'all, you know. But if you feel like at some point homeboy was living with his mama, but he trying to do better, but really you the reason he got his own house. Okay, this is only a benefit to him, so he got
right.
to go. Now he calling you because his grandmama in the hospital, but you only met his grandmama once when y'all was dating for 2 years. Baby, I'm gonna pray for her, but don't call me. Call whoever you was with
You gotta
last
call on the
weekend.
Lord.
Because I'm not falling for that, and you don't have to do it. You
Right.
and you can still be coming from a good place. I feel like so many times I'm gonna speak from the woman's perspective because I'm not a man, of course, but I
That
feel
goes
like
without
so
saying.
many times, right? Because we want to see the good in people for the most part. I think some women are just out here doing. They just left. They just over there in the wilderness, and we have left them in the woods. Okay,
Right.
but for the most part, we want to see the good in people, and we realize that not everyone is perfect. But at what point do you say you are not doing well for me? When do you start putting yourself first? Putting yourself first is not a bad thing. Putting yourself first actually allows you to see what your boundaries and what you want to accept and what you want to do and how you want to see your life moving forward and who's going to complement that. And I think that's very important. And sometimes we're just like looking at our current situation and like, oh, well, I remember when I was in college, what y'all are 32. Okay. So we don't care what you was doing in college, baby. He is
Right.
still acting like y'all is in high school. So you have to start putting yourself first and not seeing it as a bad thing, and also not going back to what you're used to if you've been single for a while. Because I think
Mm,
sometimes we let loneliness play a part in us jumping back into a situation that we know isn't necessarily good for us. And to
right.
show how people will try and play with you, I was not dating my husband. We were talking. But a guy that I did date was also in the military at the time. And I ended up asking, like, we were out, something was going on, we were together, and I did ask him. I said, you know, what do you think about military guys? Because I'm like, well, he in the military, he the only one that I know in the military, so I'm just asking him. And we were quote unquote, at least I thought we were friends. That's why
Don't
out
do
of sight,
that.
out of mind now. No. But it was the thing that stuck out to me was he was like, no, don't talk to nobody in the military because military men like to play games, which I've also heard. You know, they get
Mm,
married so they can make more money. You know, they talking to you, but then they screwing somebody on the ship, you know, X, Y, and Z. And assuming that I'm thinking that we're friends, I'm assuming I'm going to get decent advice at least. But they were like, don't talk to him because he gave me all these reasons. But then he was trying to get with me, and not in like, oh, we gonna like be together in a sexual sense, right? So I'm
uh,
like,
red
so you
flag.
trying to make this girl that you hang out with, and then you want to screw whoever on the ship. What in the? I said at this point, I might as well give homeboy a chance
Right. But
because
it don't even just be the
yo,
military niggas either. They all
it's your ghetto self, and then I'm in a much better place now. I don't refer to this person at all. But in that moment, I just felt like you are so full of your own stuff that you are willing to drag me versus saying, hey, I know I'm not right for her, or this isn't a good time for me. But I don't know nothing about this guy, and he really could be nice.
right.
Some military men are nice. I think you got a good head on your shoulders, Brittany. I think it would be cool. It was nothing like that. And
Yeah.
so to me, I just was like, I have to learn to trust my own self. I don't even need to ask you what you think because clearly you don't have my best interest. So
Clearly he
let me
don't
do
think.
clearly don't think at all. And so I just put myself first and I started paying a lot of attention to what it was that he was doing for me that I hadn't gotten. And some things I just wasn't used to. So that kind of like drew me in as well. But it's like those are the things that you should be paying attention to when you're out here, dating, different people. And I know dating doesn't mean like you're together. It could just mean like we went out, we're talking, we getting to know each
Yeah.
other. But like pay attention to those small moments because they matter. And this is why, oh boy. Now then, I don't know who blocked now because I don't know how many different phones I've had since then. But back then, Facebook, Instagram,
Oh, blocking on everything.
phone, everything. I
And
think
then
at
but
one point
then
it
some
was don't
people,
answer.
huh?
I
What?
said at one point, when you're not ready to block, but then you change the name on the phone to don't answer.
Oh, and when you gotta do
Just
that,
don't.
block.
Yeah, you gotta get them out of the
Cause your
system.
brain don't see the don't part, and you just see answer. And, oh, finger slipped.
Right. Then went
Don't do
right
that.
across that house.
But
Don't do
there,
that.
I was gonna say there are some people like you said, like you will block them on social media, you'll block their phone number, X, Y, and Z. Some people feel the need to not block people because they feel like, and that's what another thing. I don't want to make it seem like just blocking people is the end all be all. You got life figured out, and you are good in relationships because you learn how to block people. No, but at the end of the day, some people also will not block them because they're like, oh, you're gonna see me become greater. You're gonna see me, but you're gonna see me glow up and X, Y, living a life I deserve. My thing is, baby girl,
Yeah.
they knew that you were capable of doing that. And sometimes that's why
Yes.
people are trying to keep you where you are by doing those things to you, which is why we're telling you to block him. Because they know you're great. They know you're capable of living this great life. They're the ones in the way, and they know as soon as you got rid of them, you were able to excel. Some people, and not even if a man or a girl, whoever you're dealing with, boy, whatever, don't know what they're doing to stunt your growth as a person, or whatever the case may be, they know what kind of
Yeah.
person you are at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And they'll try to make, and some people try to make it seem like I ain't even mean like that. It don't matter how you meant it. I don't care about your intention. You did what you did. It pissed
Yes.
me off, and we're not doing it again. And
And
like
that's
I
why you
said
block.
earlier, with the whole enemy using the things that he knows that you like, that nigga gonna do the same thing. And it'll be over and over. And sometimes it's not even nothing new. You just letting him continuously cheat on you. You allow him to the same thing over and over. You're
Right.
done. You're not tired.
Don't use that excuse. Well, it was his ex girlfriend. So now
If
we
you
what?
did it to her, he'll do it to you. You're not better than the next girl. I don't care how much you want to make it stuff. Oh, mama would be good on here. It don't, girl, I don't care about what he did for that other girl. You're not her, she's not you. Whatever he did for her doesn't mean he gonna do it for you and whatever. But if
That
he
part.
out here doing her dirty, nah, okay, I would believe that he might do you dirty too. You're not above it. Sorry, he raggedy. He's not going around being like, oh, I can't be raggedy with her. He's great.
No, no. If he can get away with it once, he's definitely gonna try to continuously get away with it again. Because why not? If
especially
I'm getting my way in a situation, why do I need to change?
especially if you did allow him to get away with it once or twice.
Yeah.
Look,
Then
take her
then
to
you're
Papa
not.
Do's.
And
She's good. Big back. All you want to do is eat. I don't understand. I remember I was dealing with somebody and they was were they blocked at the time? I don't think they was blocked at the time. They done got on my nerves enough. And some people will try to buy their way back into your life. Don't my thing is if a person don't want to deal with you, accept that.
mm-hmm.
Please don't come to my house with no flowers. Don't come to my house because I don't want it. It's somebody has given me stuff and it wasn't cheap stuff. I have given it away. I'm not playing. I don't care if it's the nicest thing in the world. I'm not playing. I don't want nothing that reminds me of you. I'm not a materialistic person. If I needed it that bad, I would have went and bought it myself. I don't know, and especially if it's coming from not a genuine space. I don't want nothing from you. I don't care what it is. And some women are
Yeah.
not, you know, that way, and some people do keep those things. But for me, I don't know. I can't do it. And then and huh?
I said it's just too much. When you saw him on the Ring camera, that was your cue right there not to go to the door. What you gotta look through the peephole for? He on the Ring
Exactly.
camera.
Right.
Girl.
And don't be on
Let
the
him
ring
not.
on your phone talking to him on the Ring camera either. 911. I'm just playing. It's an intruder. I was trying to get in my house. He trespassing. Call the people. He ain't supposed to be here. I don't know how he got up on the elevator. He ain't supposed to be here. Not a visitor.
At all.
So
Somebody coming.
you just have to grow within yourself and understand that you do deserve those things. You don't have to be around somebody, no matter even the time that you've been with them. And they may be a good person. They're just not your
Yeah.
person. You don't have to
Yeah.
block them, but you don't have to be in a relationship with them just for the sake of but he's nice. Yeah, okay. A lot of nice people out
Yeah.
there, but that don't mean you got to be with them. So it's just
Right?
understanding yourself and what you are looking for in a relationship with somebody. And another thing, this don't only go for intimate relationships. Okay, I ain't never blocked a friend, but I have
I'm trying
what's,
to
what's the word? Asserted my not dominant. This is when I start beach. I don't know. I not because if I start doing all of that, I'm gonna forget what I was trying to say in the first place. But I'm learning to put my foot down. I'm learning to not let people
yeah.
treat me any kind of way. No matter if it's an intimate relationship, no matter if it's a friendship, a co-worker. We're not doing that. I'm sorry. It's just a certain way that you're gonna
Oh
speak to
yeah.
me. It's a certain way that you're gonna handle me. And the way that you handle that we ain't doing that no more. I've had to let a
No.
friend or a ex friend. Nah, that one cool. You was moving weird. I ain't like nothing about that. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you over there. You're weird. You
Yeah, and it's
just
ways to
gotta leave
do
them
all of
alone.
this respectfully all the
Yeah,
time. I've done it, girl. I've done it with the executive director at my job, knowing she's my supervisor, which means she definitely my supervisor.
right,
And I knew it was bad because she asked me something about Brielle. I didn't even have Breland at the time, and I was just walking off. I just act like I ain't even hear her talking to me. And I scheduled a meeting with her. And I just, pretty much say what I need to say. But then
hmm
towards the end, I just was like, listen, I'm totally fine with having a work relationship. We don't have to have a personal relationship. We don't have to understand what's going on in each other's personal lives. If you got kids, how your vacation was, if I even knew you was on vacation that week, you can come right back and say, Monday, that report was due. That's fine. I'm cool with
right.
that. But what we're not gonna do is try to disrespect me at work and then ask me about my kids.
We ain't
Not
doing
go
that
crazy
weird one.
on a professional level, but then act like you really care about my well being. Because what are we doing?
knowing you
I could
don't.
have sworn in my interview I made it clear. My kids come first. I don't care what mandatory meeting you got on the schedule because I know you can't replace my kid, but you can replace me at this job. What you
Right,
not supposed to do is be coming at me crazy.
right.
So you can definitely say things to anybody respectfully. I don't want it to come off when we're
Oh,
like block him again, that you need to be rude, that you got to be nasty, that you got to come out of character. Not, don't get me wrong. If you catch him cheating in that moment, the character may switch up, okay, and that's okay. But it's definitely a way to be respectful regardless of who you're talking to. I do
yeah.
think, like I was saying, you catch your guy or anybody blatantly disrespect you, then maybe your character switch up in that moment because that's a lot to handle like in the moment. But I think for the most part we tend to feel like if we ain't puffing our chest out, if we feel like we can change somebody, baby, you can't change nobody who don't want to
No.
change.
Oh, you're wasting
Please,
your time.
because and one thing, girls, men, women, everyone has a story. Everybody has a story, and I'm not saying when y'all first meet that you like, dang, he got cheated on, so he had a rough time. He ended up cheating on a girl because he just, and I get that. I get that. But when they get with you and you're telling them the type of person that you are, and you can see that the things that they were telling you about from their past is showing up now with you, and you have not done any of those things, it is not your
Mm,
job to hug them, cuddle them until they can get back to the man or the woman that you want them to be or that they're telling you that they want to be.
right.
Let them do that on their own time. If they can't do that and be respectful to you, leave them where they at. You do not have to go through the journey with them of finding out who they gonna be on later on. Please stop. Lord, don't do it. Yes, I say that from experience because I sometimes feel like I would be like, oh man. And I'm a person that will cut you off, don't care. But I also would be like, okay, well, maybe that just wasn't a good moment then. Like we gonna get a benefit of the doubt is what I do have. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but you really only got one time. And then
I
after
was
that,
gonna
I'll be
say
like,
she only got one doubt, one benefit.
that was 1 2 minutes. Then I'm like, you know what? Can't be trusted, and
Right.
I'm pretty much done. And I'm not necessarily friends. Well, now that I'm married, I'm not necessarily friends. But I will say, people I've dated, I realize like, hey, we do much better as being friends. Like,
Mm,
I enjoy your company as a friend. I don't want to be with you, your lifestyle, the things you into. As we're getting older, people change. And I just was like, yeah, that's too much for me. But the cool thing of why I think me and that person were friends at that time, again, before I got married, was because they also told me when we broke up, I think we broke up like twice. And it was always like, you probably about to be doing too much or whatever. But the
mm.
last time we actually broke up, I wasn't sexually active. And they were like, I don't ever want to put that on you, but I also know me. I'm not going to not say no if it comes up. And I definitely could have been pissed. Take it now that we like in the ninth grade, y'all. Ain't that much
You
going
ain't
on in
supposed to
life.
be being nasty anyway.
Like, yeah. But I respected that so much because most men don't do that. It's like, oh man, I messed up, forgive me. And
Right.
I respected it so much. And then it was crazy because even when I started dating another guy, I don't know how he got that other guy number, but that guy called me talking about X, Y, and Z, called me talking about I better not mess this up. And I was like, what the heck is going on in life? But we were always cool friends, and I just was
Mhm.
like, he just always had my back. And I laughed it off because I'm thinking he ain't gonna do nothing. Again, y'all,
Child.
high school drama, okay? But it's I think sometimes when you're becoming an adult, you have to also realize when you're like, okay, we can be cool. I don't need
Right.
nothing from you. I don't need anything extra. I'm fine with get my Cheesecake Factory, and I know for a fact that I'm going home. Why? Because I drove myself here. I didn't ask you to pick me up, because after this, I'm probably gonna go do something else, and that's
Right.
fine.
Yeah, I ain't never had a whole bunch of situations like Brittany. I done learned something new about her. But I do just feel like some
I know. I
people,
felt like you wanted to say when that happened. Who was that with?
right? Because I'm like,
I'm gonna have to give her the tea after this episode, y'all.
because I don't recall none of that. But yeah, so I don't know. Some relationships are don't need to be taken so seriously as well. Sometimes you need to allow that person, like Brittany said, maybe y'all just better off as friends. Like you find him cool, you find her nice, you whatever the case may be. That don't mean y'all gotta be humping and bumping and getting to know each other on the deep level. That's not what that means. Cause now they done did something that you don't like. And now not only did you have to lose a little boyfriend or whatever, now you done lost a friend. It, it wouldn't be a you're done. We just wanted to keep y'all grounded to your roots. That's Brittany. She need to get her a dummy battery so the camera don't die. She don't listen to nothing we say though. But
I gotta
anyways,
find a dummy bed. Sorry.
but yeah, we were basically just talking about having those boundaries. Not allowing someone to come in into your space, into your world, your life, and tell you how they gonna treat you. Like Brittany said, it's just about do they wait, I forgot the words that you, but like they either are going to come into your life and get with the program, or they're going to
Yeah.
get kicked to the curb because you don't come into someone's life and you do what you want to do. So at what point do you decide that you're gonna? So if you are someone who possibly need to block somebody, you have to decide it for yourself, not because of the other person, and it may hurt to let them go. It will. But at the end of the day, is your happiness more important? You know, I just feel like at some point you just have to choose yourself. Simple as that. If Brittany
Pretty much.
camera didn't die, maybe I would have had something greater to say. But she made me lose my train of
You
thought because we just been
probably
sitting
would.
here for 20 minutes.
Well, it's gonna be even worse because it's already blinking. So I don't know what the hell going on today. It's just not my day to record 2 videos, I
This just
guess.
gonna
I
be a
don't know.
super short. This just gonna be a super short episode because it's going out. I'm not
I'm
doing this.
so sorry. I don't know what's happening. It's very annoying. But I just be done with allowing people to enter your life that don't deserve to be there. I think
Right.
that's pretty much what this was, and I know we rushing it, so I don't know if
And
Destiny gonna
stick
say
to
what she
your
done with, but we're
boundaries.
not. Yeah, we married. I can't block my husband, but
Right.
thank y'all for tuning in, and I apologize for the technical difficulties.
We gonna see y'all at the same time next week, though. Peace.
I don't
This
know what's
girl,
happening.
you need a
It's
dummy
just
battery.
blinking. Like I just put it on. It's not hot, and it's. I actually want to leave it on to see how long it's gonna blink, but
You
it
might as well
doesn't
talk
blink
then.
unless it's about to do something. Very true. I know. We just added the closer on here. I don't know. It's blinking, y'all. And I've let my camera cool down. If y'all got any suggestions of how I can keep my camera from not overheating, please let me know. Cause I have
The
no
dummy
clue. All the fans
battery.
that's
That's the suggestion.